Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so pumped, as always, to do the Money Mantra today. I have something that's believe is really, 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 really important. And we talked about market shifts. I'm not really going to go there today. But what I am going to talk about today is a strategy as the market progresses, and there is going to be more and more noise, and also right now what's happening is we're at a crossroads. There's more and more big data, there's more and more leads being distributed by these portals, and so what I want to do is kind of show you guys how you can put some of the power back into your hands, right? Where you can drive people to somewhere. It's this what I love about all things social. Let me have a slurp of coffee. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Espresso. It's such a latte today, and it's delicious. I broke up with tea. So I want to talk about something which is, this is very much more for the entrepreneurial agent. This is very much more for the agent who wants to have their own identity. This is all about brand. And as you know, I believe the agent is the brand, and then companies are there to support the agent, right? At the end of the day, the only thing that separates us from the machine is personality. So my belief is this: the more you can say about yourself, the more you can put out about yourself, the more you stand out against the vanilla noise. That's not what this rant is about. This rant is about something that I massively, massively believe in, and it's something that I only instituted myself about 6 months ago, and I'm very, very happy I did, and I'm going to talk about it. The results and how I got the results, and I'm going to go through it stage by stage by stage by stage because I think it's only going to be beneficial to your business. Okay, so let's talk about the genesis of this. When the internet, God, I sound old. When the internet began to take hold in business, probably around 2007, 8, 9, right? Call it 2010. So really a robust, strong, powerful internet has only been around for about 8 years. When that happened, we all got websites, and we all kind of started doing things on websites, and we all started blogging, and then there was a tsunami of digital information as Facebook began to take hold, Instagram began to take hold, and Twitter kind of really swelled the first and fast, and then there was Snapchat. There's just an avalanche of information was hitting us. And it was, I don't know about you, and I love this stuff, and I live and breathe it. I found myself always kind of trying to not stay up on top of it, because I was always on top of it, but there was so much to do. I remember at one point I'm posting individual posts on Twitter, on PLG Twitter, on my personal page on Facebook, on the PLG page on Facebook, on my Peter Lorimer official page on Facebook, Instagram PLG, I mean, it's endless and it's madness. Because what happens now, and I'm sure we're all the same, let's pretend this is a phone right here. When we're looking at Instagram, we do this, right? Slide, 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 pause, slide, 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 pause, slide, 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 pause. And it isn't because people are not interested in what we're doing, it's because there's just so much information that is deluged on us every single day that trying to make it sticky is really hard. So that's what this entire rant is about. It's about making you the personality, the brand, and then it's about making your brand sticky. How do we do this? Okay, so what I love about endlessly watching trends, which is, God gave me an ability which is wonderful and a curse. I seem to be able to spot trends, where the market's going, not just the real estate market, but where sociologically we're heading, psychologically where we're heading. That's what made me a good record guy. Those are some of my records behind me on the wall. Yes, from back in the day, you old ravers. So I'm going to use a word which sounds a little bit old-fashioned, but I want to really encourage you to own this. So about 6 months ago, I'm like, oh my God, there is just so much content coming out. It's just kind of getting thrown out into the universe. I'm not seeing how sticky it is. Yes, I can see my Facebook results. Yes, I can see my Instagram results. Yes, I can see my YouTube results. But at the end of the day, and this is when this fiercely independent guy kind of steps in, at the end of the day, I'm kind of still in the bucket with everyone else. right? So if I put a great piece of content out on Instagram, it lasts for a few seconds and then whoop, you're on to something else. Some kid eating a rainbow cheese sandwich like my children last night. So how do we make it sticky, and how do we make our potential clients want to just hang out, not all day, not even for an hour, but just to poke around, and they go into the library of you, right? Where you have all of your posts on all of your platforms, along with original content, maybe some written word articles. So it begins to feel like one of those things we used back in the day called what? A website. Now, we're not going to call it a website. We're going to be calling it a personal brand mission control, because that's what this is. Websites were full of junk, full of crap. We used to throw everything in there that we thought people wanted to see, and we were scared that we'd leave something out. What has happened is the world has changed. And what I decided to do about 6 months ago, because we were putting out so much content, what I decided to do 6 months ago was like, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to design my own website, because I want a hub. I want a mission control where all of my stuff is housed, not just to keep it there. I have strategies about getting eyes to that hub and then tracking those eyes and then remarketing to them. That's what this rant is about. So I created peterlorimer.com. Feel free to have a poke around on it. So peterlorimer.com is just me, right? It's just my stuff, because I got a lot going on. I got my company. I've got other stuff going on. I got the TV show coming out. By the way, mark this in your calendars, because I'm going to need your support, everyone. August 3rd, my next Netflix show comes on the air. August 3rd. We're all going to watch it together. So I wanted to create a hub so that I could then drive people to my site, and then through the wonderful advent of Facebook Pixel, I can then see, I don't get their names and addresses, but Facebook Pixel collects their digital data so that I can then remarket to a crowd that's already interested in me through Facebook and through Instagram. Okay, I'm going to repeat those steps, because this is the entire crux of everything. So I'm going to talk to the real estate agents out there, because I know most people watching this are probably involved in real estate. So you all, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe your company provides you with a very kind of vanilla, boring, not necessarily boring, but a very vanilla generic. It's generic by nature, because if you're provided a company website, it's a template that they give to all of their people, right? So step one right there, you don't stand out at all. So if you're giving out your website address to people in order to try and capture attention, and you have this bog standard, Keller Williams website or Coldwell Banker website or even Compass website, and they all kind of look and feel the same, just my opinion, you don't stand out. And if you don't stand out, you blend in. So what I did is I researched ad nauseum all of the websites out there, and I built a WordPress site, I built a Wix site, and I built a Squarespace site. And Squarespace for me is just the best. It's the most intuitive. It's the most graphically interesting. It's like less than $20 a month for your own personal brand website, which is nothing. And what I like about it, and this is me, Mr. Independent, I am in control. I decide what goes on that website. I decide what gets pushed out into the world. Some of you guys watching probably get my media letter on a Friday. On a Friday, I do a MailChimp letter that has several pieces of media that came out that week. Because I know some people don't catch it on Instagram, they don't catch it on Facebook, but they catch the media letter. And then what happens? They click the media letter, they get taken through to my website. Facebook Pixel goes, well, thank you very much for stopping by. It then takes their information, drops them into a bucket in Facebook, so that I can now gently, politely, and respectfully remarket to people that are already interested in what I'm doing. Here is the other part to this. As the shift continues, I'm feeling that there is a bottleneck in our industry. I'm seeing an agent size, not at PLG, but I'm seeing it at other companies. The amount of people that come up to me from other companies, and I can see fear in their eyes, because We are slowing down. The entire country is slowing down. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Because remember, we were like this before. Those of you who were in the industry, whatever it was, 8-10 years ago, it was like this before, and then it went pop! And then it was the worst recession in living memory. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that it's slowing down. So it's our job and our duty, if this works for you, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are more entrepreneurial, take ownership of your destiny. That's what this is about. Take ownership of where you are going. If you do interesting posts on your website that can literally be carbon copies of what you posted on Instagram, on YouTube, on wherever, and then you take the time to write some original copy, and then you create a newsletter. I hate saying the word newsletter. You create a media letter, and then you push it out to your several thousand people. You really are covering all of your bases. The amount of people that I bump into, right? Like I said last week, better to be loved than liked. I have a core group of advocates that really, really love what I do. But everywhere I go, whether people like or comment or not, I know people are watching or have watched some of my content, right? Some of my content. Because what I want to do is, it isn't because I'm some philanthropic guy, I just have to get it out. It's like I get constipated with knowledge. Ugh, could have said that better. I get constipated with knowledge, so I need to get it out. Let's move on from that analogy. You get the point. Okay, let's talk numbers. So, since I have created this website, and please, I'm not saying go on it because I'm for vanity. Go on it. Check out my website. Do a freaking carbon copy of it for all I care. I don't care. But go on to my website, which is peterlorimer.com, and it's a Squarespace site. And I used the template where the guy, if you go in the templates, I used the one, I think it was a non-profit where there's a gentleman, I think it's in Africa or something, writing on a blackboard with some chalk. And I'm like, okay, that's a nice starting point. So I've given it to you. I've given you where I started. I think my website looks pretty decent. Is it the best on the planet? No. But do I get traffic to it? Yes! So it's been up. Sorry, fighting a little sniffly. It's been up for not even 6 months. Maybe it's 3 months or 4 months. I have literally had thousands of people coming to the site. Thousands. And I know where they come from. It's mainly the United States and it's mainly Southern California. And so what that means is now I say, thank you very much for stopping by. Now I know that you like what I'm doing. I'm going to gently market to you so that I remain in your mind and in your life. And guess what? This is how PLG Estates has grown. It isn't grown by me calling people up saying you want a coffee. It's grown by me putting out content that people like, that agents relate to, and they're like, shit, I like what you're doing. Can I come and check out your company? It's exactly the same for finding real estate business, or in Nikki's case, design business, or if you are a candle maker, or if you have an organic farm. It's all the same. You give all the secrets away. I am not the first guy saying this. I'm probably about the 10,000th guy saying this. This goes all the way back to Napoleon Hill, probably earlier back than him, and Seth Godin, who I greatly admire, with a book called Tribes, beautifully talks about exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say his name again. Seth Godin, Tribes. You must get that book. So the thing that when I say this to professionals, they look at me and they go, oh, but it takes so much effort. So what in fact you are saying to me is you want the fastest route from initial meeting to paycheck. Well, that I think that counts for about 85% of the of industry. 85% of industry want the quickest route from initial meeting to paycheck. I have never ever been one of those guys. Never. What I am a huge advocate of is give it all away and make yourself invaluable, right? Give it all away without expectation. Of course, we have hopes and we want to convert people into deals, but give it all away and give it away in such a manner that they're like, wow, this guy's on fire, man. And then you just leave it up to the gods, leave it up to the universe, whether or not it converts. When I hear, oh, somebody said audiobook. Thank you, Benjamin. That's a great idea because I'm a slow reader. I'm going to get that audiobook of Tribes. For me, the idea of when I hear horror stories, absolute horror stories from other companies who shall remain nameless, where they say, you don't leave the house until you've got the signature on the paper. I have spoken to people who have sold their houses, little old ladies that have been in tears, that ultimately signed because they felt pressured and scared. I am the opposite. Every listing presentation I've done, I've gone, right, that's what we'll do for you. I'll see you later. And I walk out the door. Don't leave them with anything. Don't leave any paperwork. Don't even ask for a signature. I'm just gone like an enigma. Whoosh, out the door. But it's energy. It's giving everything I know away. It's been genuine. And when I leave their property, I'm hopeful that I will get the listing, but I'm not in expectations. But I do act as if I have it. That's a whole other mantra, which I will get into at another time. So people, take ownership of your destiny. Take ownership of your personal brand. Don't put it in the hands of your company. All of these agents, I would say, a rough guess, I would say 80 to 85% of all real estate agents I know don't even have a website. They just have a page on a company website. Well, that says a whole lot to me if I'm looking for you to sell my house. If you can't take the time to care about what's out there on the internet regarding you, then that says to me you won't take the time. It's a shortcut, right? If you don't have your own personal brand website, which is about you as a butcher, a baker, or a candlestick maker, then that says to me you're taking a shortcut because you can't be bothered. So if you can't be bothered having a personal brand website, you might not be bothered looking out for my interests as much as I would like. So, oh, how long was that? Oh, wow, they feel like they're about 4 minutes. But that's like 18 minutes or something. Good Lord, we had a lot of people hanging there all the way to the end, actually, which is normal. I love doing these mantras. You have no idea. They filled me full of adrenaline for the week. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget Squarespace. Check out the sites. My site, peterlorimer.com, and the template that I talked about. Take ownership of who you are and what you do, and then put it on your website. Create a media letter, drive traffic to you so you can capture them through Facebook Pixel, and then you can remarket and get more business. Okay, I need to stop now. I need to stop. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you all again next week. Mwah! Go out there and kill it. August 3rd on Netflix. You'll see my show, which sounds very weird saying it. And I will see you all next time on another Monday Mantra. See you soon. Doodaloo.